West Africa, notably nations like Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria, was a significant global supplier of cocoa beans until 2021. Cocoa is also produced in other nations in different parts of the world, including Ecuador, Peru, Cameroon, Brazil, and Indonesia. These nations grow cocoa trees and gather the beans that grow on them. Because the plant requires both enough rainfall and moderate temperatures, certain climate conditions are necessary for the cultivation of cocoa. Chocolate and other food products use a lot of cocoa, and the global demand for these goods is driving this industry's growth. Here's some more data regarding cocoa production around the world. Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. This country is regarded as the world's biggest producer of cocoa beans. The national economy of the nation is largely dependent on cocoa exports. Ghana. Ghana ranks among the world's top producers of cocoa beans. In Ghana, the cocoa industry contributes significantly to both employment and revenue. Brazil. In terms of the area used to produce cocoa, Brazil is the largest country in South America. Indonesia. As one of Asia's top producers, Indonesia is seeing growth in the cocoa market. Cameroon. Among Africa's top producers of cocoa is Cameroon. Ecuador and Peru. Located in South America, Ecuador and Peru are significant producers of the high-quality cocoa known as Ariba cocoa. Government policies, farming practices, and climate variations are some of the factors that affect cocoa productivity. These nations, along with others, continue to hold prominent production roles in the world market for cocoa. A number of processes are involved in the production of chocolate, which turns cocoa from a raw ingredient into the final good. This is a summary of the procedure. Harvesting cocoa. On farms, cocoa shrubs are used to gather cocoa beans. Fermentation of cocoa. For fermentation, cocoa beans are put in metal crates or wooden boxes. For several days, the cocoa undergoes fermentation, which helps the flavor develop and removes the outer husk. Drying of cocoa. Following fermentation, cocoa beans are spread out on level surfaces to dry in the sun. Roasting cocoa. To enhance the flavor of dried cocoa beans, roasting is done. Depending on the desired flavor, different roasting times and temperatures apply. Grinding cocoa. Roasted cocoa beans are ground into a substance called cocoa liquor or cocoa mass. Making chocolate. To make a liquid chocolate mixture, sugar, cocoa butter, and ground cocoa are combined. Depending on the recipe you want, you can add extra ingredients like milk or vanilla. Conching and tempering. To get the right moisture content and shine in the chocolate, the mixture is conched and tempered. Molding and packaging. To create the final shape, the mixture is poured into a variety of shaped molds and cooled. The chocolate is then wrapped in plastic bags or aluminum foil. These are the fundamental processes in the production of chocolate, from raw cocoa powder to the final good that we all know and love. To summarize, the process of making chocolate entails a number of steps that turn cocoa from a raw ingredient into a final good. To make liquid chocolate, this involves harvesting, fermenting, drying, roasting, grinding, and combining it with sugar and cocoa butter. The mixture is then poured into molds and cooled to take on the final shape after conching and tempering are completed to produce the required texture and shine. After that, the chocolate is presented to customers and packaged to maintain its quality.